Namaste children, welcome back to our computer class. Today's topic is ethics and safety measures in computing. In the last week session, we have seen database creation and table creation and queries. So this session, we are going to learn about ethics and safety measures in computing. So what is ethics? Ethics is a principle, is a set of moral principles that govern how to use computers. So without causing any harm to others and others' data. It gives the guidelines to work on internet, to work on computer, to use internet and social medias. So this is ethics. So what is ethics? Ethics is a set of moral principles. How to use our computer, how to use internet, how to use social medias without causing without causing harm to others and others' data. Okay children, so in this lesson we are going to learn about ethics in computing, online threats, digital footprint, positive and negative uses of social media, responsible behavior on internet. So internet has made the entire world a global village and we have become its digital citizens. Just as citizens have some duties and moral principles to follow, being a digital citizen also is the same. A digital citizen should follow some ethical rules on internet and must be aware of unethical practices. So in this chapter we shall talk about the ethical issues and we will be aware of unethical practices. So we know about the social medias where we can post the documents, some articles, where we can share our images or videos. Okay, these are social media. So when we share our images or any informations or videos, we have to be aware of that because it can be saved or copied or shared by everyone. Okay, so internet is an open space. So we should not forget this concept when we are using the social medias. So this lesson explains you about the ethical practices and unethical practices, how to use internet safely. Okay, how to use internet safely as well as how to beware of our personal informations, how to protect us using internet. Let us enter into the chapter children. Learning objectives. So in this lesson we are going to learn advantages and disadvantages of using internet, ethics in computing, unethical practices, safety measures, protection using firewall, digital footprints. So first we see some advantages of internet. So we know what are the advantages of internet. So it is an ocean of information. Whatever we want to know, we can get from internet. You can get the notes, you can get the meaning of a word, you can use it for learning purpose or entertainment purpose or sharing your information, your videos, or images in anything. So using internet, one can access millions of articles easily. So when you post any article, be aware of that it can watch out by everyone and it can shared and copied by everyone. Online education is possible with the help of internet. So nowadays, during this pandemic period, we are using internet for our online education. And we can video and we can make video call our family and friends. We can send or receive a mail to anyone, or we can receive from anyone around the world. We can make a group discussion. People can discuss and share their ideas and views on internet. One can make friends on internet using social networking websites. So using Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, everything is available to make a friends group. So latest news are available on internet. We can get latest news. Every day we can get latest news which is available on internet. So with internet, anyone can publish information or articles online by creating a website or a blog or even in public forums. So with internet, you can book tickets of hotels, flights, trains, buses and even for plays, shows, for movies also. So internet banking is also available now. No need to visit bank. Banking is just a click away. So all the banks provide some application. So by downloading bank application, bank app, we can banking. Okay, we can banking. So we no need to go to the bank. We no need to visit bank. So you can even pay your bills over internet, electricity bill or whatever it is, we can pay our bills over internet. We can shop online while comfortably sitting at home. For business, internet has made the entire world as a prospective market. Online marketing is very popular nowadays. So these are numerous entertainment options available on internet. Online gaming also available. So but we must avoid the online gaming. Using internet, we may get some advantages and internet provides some disadvantages too. So we have to use it in a useful way which should not cause any harm to us and others. So we have to aware of that. While using internet, we have to be aware. We have to take care of our personal informations. Okay. So as advantages, we may have some disadvantages also. So all information shared on internet is not 10% accurate. Sometimes 100% accurate. Sometimes it may fake. So information once on internet is always available. We cannot delete or undo our online articles. So when we post any article or any information, it can be copied by others. It can be shared by all. So if we are not careful about posting information about us, there are chances that our personal information may get stolen and misused also. So internet has some content which violates the sensible and ethical norms. So computer viruses can easily spread via internet. So we have to be careful while using internet. So internet gives us advantages as well as disadvantages too. So we will see some ethics. What is ethics? In the beginning of the session, I explained. Ethics is a set of moral principles that govern how to use computers without causing any harm to others and others' data. So issues related to computing ethics: privacy, intellectual property and rights, and social effects. First, privacy. Our data is to be safe. So when we post information, it should not be stolen by other. So privacy is essential, as well as intellectual property and rights. So when we post any articles, we have some rights, we have some limits. We can fix some limits to the article. And then it may cause some social effects also. These are the issues related to computer ethics. So first we will see privacy. It means that any user's personal data, example personal file, email messages, credit card or debit card or bank details, etc., cannot be seen or shown to anyone without the permission of the owner of information. This is privacy. So our data is to be maintained from others without using. It should not reach others. It cannot be seen or shown to anyone without the permission of the owner of information. This is privacy. So one definition of privacy: the right of an individual or organization to be left alone and to be secure in the personal papers. So data protection legislation seeks to protect the individual's right to privacy. So intellectual property and rights. This is another issue related to computer ethics. Anything created in original by an individual is called intellectual property. So every individual has some rights to protect their individual property. So for example, original painting becomes intellectual property of its painter. An original photograph becomes intellectual property of its photographer. An original article or chapter becomes intellectual property of its writer or author. A music composition is an intellectual property of its composer, and so on. See here, now I created this PPT. This is my own. So this becomes intellectual property of mine. It should not be used by others without my permission. Okay. So this is called as intellectual property. So this can be maintained by the owner. That information of the owner can be maintained by the person from others. So intellectual property is the creations of the minds of an individual which has a commercial and moral value. Intellectual property rights grants exclusive rights to an author for utilizing and benefiting from the creation. So types of intellectual property rights are patent, copyright, trademark, design, database, and trade secret. So everyone can protect the own product, own creativity. They have rights to protect their creativity from others. That is intellectual property and rights. Next issue is social effects. So computer ethics also involves the correct online behavior as it may impact environment and society. Social impacts are like, that is societal impact, okay, that societal impacts are like on environment, on society. How the computer causes some damage to environment. See here, one should not use or keep computer on when not in use. If you are using a computer, you can switch on. If it is not in use, we have to switch off the computer. It should not be on. We should not keep computer on when not in use. This is because it not only wastes power but also emits CO2, that is carbon dioxide. It impacting environment. It adds to the carbon footprint. Mind it, children? So we have to switch off our computer when not in use. Otherwise it emits carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide impacting environment. So this is called as carbon footprint. Usually the amount of carbon dioxide released in atmosphere as a result of an individual or organization or community's activities is called a carbon footprint. Even the computers also emits carbon dioxide, that impacting environment. Okay, so this carbon dioxide waste is called as carbon footprint, which is emitted by computer as well as individual or organization or communities activities. So in this way, computer impact environment. On society, one should not use computers to threaten, bully, or blackmail or spread rumors. All such activities are cyber crimes and are punishable. So one can blackmail, one can threat, one can bully others using system, using net. So we can spread rumors using social medias also. That should not be entertained. Okay, so one should not use computers for this purpose, to threaten, bully, or blackmail or spread rumors. So all such activities are cyber crimes and are punishable. So by this way, computer impact society. Okay, so these are societal impact of computer ethics. So these are the societal impact of computer. So societal impacts are like environment on society. On environment, computer emits carbon dioxide, it impact environment. Okay, so this is on impact of computer on environment. By using the computer, one can threat others, blackmail or spread rumors of others. Okay, so by this way, computer can impact a society. So on environment, one should not use or keep computer on when not in use. This is because of, if not only, it not only waste power but also emits carbon dioxide, it impacting environment. So one should not use computers to threaten, bully or blackmail or spread rumors. What are unethical practices? See, so far we are discussing about issues related to computer ethics, privacy. So one must maintain the privacy of their own information, intellectual property and rights, and societal effects. These are the issues related computer ethics. So what are unethical practices? The first one comes under this topic, plagiarism. Plagiarism is unethical practice of taking someone else's work and presenting it as one's own work. Stealing others' work, others' article, or others' product, creative. Okay, others' creation. If anyone drawing nicely now, we should not take that without their permission. Okay, so if we are taking that without their permission, that is called as plagiarism. So plagiarism is unethical practice of taking someone else's work and presenting it as one's own work. That is plagiarism. And second thing, cyberbullying. So bullying means a behavior that causes physical or emotional harm. Bullying is when a person hurts someone by using bad words or actions on purpose, usually more than once. The person being bullied feels bad and hurt, bad because of it, and has a hard time stopping it. So cyberbullying is a bullying using technology, that is bullying using internet, email, cell phone and social media, etc. It can hurt or harm someone. So using social media we can threaten. Okay, one can threat others. One can blackmail, one can spread rumor. Okay, this is called as bullying. So this become under cybercrime. This is also cybercrime. So cyberbullying is bullying using technology. Okay, so using internet, using email or using cell phones or using social media. So using this kind of the way, one can threat, one can spread rumor, one can blackmail others. So this is called as cyberbullying. But remember children that cyberbullying is never okay. It is not acceptable. It is not cool. It is also bullying is a crime. So sending messages, posting false statements online, sending or posting pictures with a bad intention, making negative comments, agreeing with a hurtful post about someone, spreading rumors or telling lies about someone, these all comes under, these actions all comes under, these activities comes under cyberbullying. Okay, next we will see hacking. So hacking is gaining entry to a computer system by exploiting security loopholes. So that is hacking. So hacking is gaining entry to a computer system using others' computer time by exploiting security. One can protect the computer by password. One can protect the by setting password. So we can exploit that security. Okay, we can exploit that security and we can use that system. Okay, that is called as hacking. Okay, so we can smell that password in any way. So knowing that password, but we can hack the system. Exploiting, that is exploiting. By exploiting security we can use other system, that comes under hacking. So hacker and cracker are two associated terms. Both a hacker and a cracker gain access to a computer. So hacking means gaining unlawful access to a computer. A person who hacks a computer is called a hacker. Unethical hacking is usually done by applying various modes and tactics. Social engineering, network infrastructure attacks, operating system attacks, and application attacks. So these are unethical hacking. So how to prevent our computer from unethical hacking? See here, we can set a password, and we should change our password often. We should not use the same password for a long time. So changing passwords often. Configuring firewalls. We have to set the firewall. Firewall is nothing but a software that prevents unauthorized access to a computer system. We have to set the firewall. And performing attack and penetration test. And using antivirus software. And changing default passwords on devices. And restrict software installation. So by using this way, we can protect our computer. Next we will see phishing. So phishing is pronounced like phishing, and working functioning is also similar. Next, spamming. Okay. Spamming is sending of multiple unsolicited, undesired emails or text message to users. So spamming refers to the sending of bulk mail by an identified or unidentified users, known or unknown source. Sending bulk mail by known or unknown source. Okay, this is called a spamming. Next, individuals' rights to privacy. So one can protect their information. So collecting information, storing information, and distributing information. So individuals' rights to privacy in context of computing and information pertains to following three issues. They are collecting information, storing information, and distributing information. The right to privacy also involves the decisions like what information about oneself or one's associations must a person reveal to others, under what conditions, and with what safeguard. What things can people keep to them and not be forced to reveal to others. Ethical issues also here. So one must not use computers to collect, store, or distribute information that is owned by someone else without their permission. And in simple words, one must not invade one's privacy. Okay, these are the ethical issues pertaining to individuals' rights to privacy. So collecting information and storing and distributing information of others without their permission comes as unethical issues. But ethical issues are with their permission we can collect it. Okay, without their permission we should not do that. And then software piracy. See here, the software piracy refers to the unauthorized copying of computer software, and intellectual property rights are copyrighted, patent, and using trademarks. So if it is your own creation or if you create something, you can save it, you can protect by using copyright. Okay, and we can get patent, as well as we can use some trademarks. So that we will see here. I explain you the plagiarism. It's a copying someone else's work and then posting it off as one's own. It is morally bad because it is an act of stealing. So this is plagiarism. Then cyberbullying. Rumors, embarrassing pictures, harassing messages and creating fake profiles sent through. Okay, we can do it using email, social media, on the websites, on through the online chat, and by sending the text messages. But cyberbullying is a crime. See, using Twitter, email, Facebook, WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, one hurt others. Okay, so this is called as cyberbullying. This picture shows the cyberbullying. What is hacking? Just recall, hacking is an act of breaking into a computer system and is a criminal offense under the computer misuse. See this hacker using others' computer without the permission and without their knowledge. What is phishing? Phishing is a criminal activity that uses social engineering techniques to steal user information such as passwords, personal information, credit card or financial details, etc. See here, through the net, using computer, one can steal the bank details of others. So this is called as phishing. Next we will see spamming. It refers to sending of bulk mail by an identified or unidentified source. So the attacker keeps on sending bulk mail to various accounts until mail server runs out of disk space. So this is spamming. Individual rights to privacy. So information privacy refers to the right of individuals and companies to deny or restrict the collection and use of information about them. So we can protect our own information by using copyright as well as patent as well as trademarks. Basic rules. See, now we can see ethical issues pertaining to individuals' rights to privacy. So don't use computer to harm other users. Don't use computers to steal others' information. Don't use access files without the permission of owner, and don't copy copyrighted softwares without the other author's permission. Use internet ethically and don't use other users' computer resources without the permission. These are the basic rules of computer ethics. So these ethical issues pertaining to individuals' rights to privacy. Next we will see software piracy. So piracy in simple term is stealing copyrighted software The software could be a game, an application, a music CD, or an entire operating system. One information or one product is protected by using copyright law. We cannot use it without their permission. We have to get permission from them, then we can use it. If you use that CD or any application or any game without their permission, then it comes under software piracy. So software piracy in simple term is stealing copyrighted software. So piracy refers to the unauthorized copying of computer software. Common forms of software piracy are soft lifting and uploading and downloading. So software piracy also comes under cybercrime. It is also a crime. So next, intellectual property rights. One can protect their product, their own information or own creation by using copyrighted or patented or using trademarks. So intellectual property right is the right of the owner of information to decide how much information is to be exchanged, shared or distributed on net, on internet. So to protect one's intellectual property rights, one can get own creation copyrighted, one can get own creation patented, or he can use trademarks on his creation. Next we will see some internet safety tips. So every kid should know the internet safety measures. So keep your passwords secret, don't talk to strangers, don't give out your phone, close and tell an adult, ask before you download, only say share nice things. Okay, only say or share nice things. So personal information should be protected. Don't ever give out personal information online without your parents' permission. So this means you should not share your last name, home address, school name or telephone number. So remember, just because someone asks for information about you does not mean you have to tell them anything about yourself. So when creating your screen name, don't include personal information like your last name or date of birth. And passwords. So there are two rules related to passwords. Create strong passwords after consulting your parents, as well as don't share your password with anyone but your parents. Without the parents' permission, you don't share your own personal information. So you should not share the photos. You should not post your photos or videos. Be aware of online friends. Don't agree to meet an online friend unless you have your parents' permission. Unfortunately, sometimes people pretend to be people they aren't. A fraud or a criminal might post like a teenager online. Remember that not everything you read online is true. So while you download, talk to your parents before you open an email attachment or download software. Attachments sometimes contain virus, so never open an attachment from someone you don't know. So then don't send or respond to mean or insulting messages, that is bullying. So if you get any insulting messages, don't respond it. You should not send, as well as you don't respond that kind of the messages also. So tell your parents and teachers if you receive one. Then social networking. Many social networking websites like Facebook, Twitter are available. So you should not use it. It keeps some minimum age requirements to sign up. So these requirements are these to protect you. You should not violate this. So next we will see firewall. A firewall is a system designed to prevent unauthorized access to or from a computer. So in order to keep your computer safe from unauthorized people or sites, a firewall is the best option. It is a system designed to prevent unauthorized access to or from a computer or even to private network of computers. So a firewall can be either in hardware form or in software form or a combination of both hardware and software. Next we will see digital footprints. Okay, see this picture children. This is computer firewall. So the computer firewall protect our computer. From unauthorized people or unauthorized sites. So next we will see digital footprint. So these are the records and traces individuals' activities as they use the internet. These are permanently stored. So whenever we share or post our informations, it may be copied or shared by others. So publishing or sharing personal information and imaginary or video that relates to someone bullying, blackmail incidents. So publishing personal or business information that is used for social engineering attacks. So publishing or sharing information that results in harm to reputation. So these were the risks of digital footprints. And we will see some caution. The internet is an open space. Don't forget that. Things you post online can be copied, saved or shared by others. So personal insults, threats or discrimination online can get you into trouble with the law. So we have to be aware of that. While you post any information or any imagery or videos. Because the things you post online can be copied, saved or shared by others. So digital footprint means whatever you do or post on internet remains always there and becomes your digital footprint. It remains always there. If you delete that also, it cannot be removed from there because it can be copied or shared by someone, no? So it will be remain forever. See the digital footprint. Caution. So be careful about what you share, where you share, with whom you share, and be smart about sites you visit, emails you open, and links you click. So in this way you be smart. So be yourself, but be your best self. Next we'll see some actions. So take care of your digital footprint. Delete information you do not want posted. Think before you post. Manage your security settings and regularly log out of everything. Search yourself. Make sure all people would want to see your post. Think about your future, and when it comes to online games, be a good sport. Remember, you can always untag yourself. So always be positive. Always you must log out from the sites you have logged in after finishing your work. So value your personal information. Never post it anywhere without consulting your parent or teacher. And be cautious about what you publish and where you share. Consult your parent, teacher, and set up effective privacy settings and manage your reputation. Evaluate what the impact could be when publishing a photo, status update, comment, or review. Before doing or posting anything, stop and think about the effect it could have on you and and those around you in longer term. So be cautious about what you publish and where you share. Thank you, children. I hope you all understood the ethics on computing. We will meet in the next session. Thank you.